Hello and welcome to Digital Farm TV Rural News. I'm Andy Walker. Wesfarmers Coles Supermarkets has paid infringement notices totalling more than $61,000 for misleading country of origin representations in the stores between March and May 2013, according to the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. The ACCC took action following a complaint that Coles had displayed imported navel oranges and kiwi fruit underneath price boards reading "Helping Australia Grow" with the triangular Australian grown symbol. The ACCC surveyed a number of Coles stores and found that the signage was also being used in other outlets to advertise imported asparagus and almonds. Coles has remained silent. A major new scientific study has warned that rangeland production of sheep in Australia is likely to disappear in 30 to 40 years because of predatory dogs, mainly dingoes. The president of Wool Producers Australia, Jeff Power, said this week the report confirmed that the wool industry was facing a crisis not seen before in its history, and urgent measures were needed to combat the menace. The report published in the Australian Veterinary Journal said wild dogs were increasing in all sheep zones, including areas once seen as dingo-free or protected by dingo fences. New research has confirmed changes to frost patterns in the Western Australian grain belt, with events later in the year increasing the risk of damage to maturing crops. The CSIRO research found that during the past 30 to 40 years, frost window start and end dates had been pushed back by between 1 and 4 weeks across many Western Australian cropping areas. Researcher Stephen Crimp said this was in contrast with the eastern states, where the window had broadened by up to 6 weeks, with frosts starting earlier as well as finishing later. The changing landscape of Australian agriculture is creating a raft of opportunities across the sector, according to National Australia Bank's Khan Horn. The Agribusiness General Manager said a number of factors were emerging to create a boom for agricultural careers. The country had seen strong growth in corporate agriculture, increasing by around 40% in the 5 years to 2011, he said. According to the Australian Council of Deans of Agriculture, enrolments have increased across the board by around 15%. The National Farmers Federation has welcomed the appointment of veteran Labor MP Joel Fitzgibbon as the new Federal Minister for Agriculture. NFF CEO Matt Liniger said the new minister had been born at Ballingen in rural New South Wales, and his Hunter electorate included towns such as Aberdeen, Cessnock, Murrurundi, Muswellbrook, Scone and Singleton. The NFF will be requesting a meeting with Minister Fitzgibbon at his earliest convenience. Immediate priorities include completion of details surrounding the Federal Farm Finance Package and the urgent finalisation of free trade agreements with China, Japan and Korea. The new Lice Boss website is putting the power to make informed decisions about the best methods for controlling lice in their specific circumstances in producers' hands. Senior Research Fellow at the University of Queensland, Dr. Peter James, said the site featured detailed advice in the form of fact sheets and how-to videos, as well as a series of interactive decision support tools. These tools allowed producers to enter information unique to their flock and environment to identify the best chemicals and methods for controlling lice in their environment. And lastly, this week, in its latest food safety scandal, China has ordered nationwide inspections of preserved egg production plants after media reports that toxic chemicals were being used as additives. Preserved poultry eggs are normally cured in lime, are also known as century eggs or 1,000-year eggs, and are popular in some Chinese cuisines. Local government agencies have been told to strictly examine all preserved egg plants and products to find whether industrial copper sulfate additives were being illegally used, the state-run Xinhua news agency has reported. Well, that's it for Digital Farm TV Rural News this week. I'm Andy Walker. I'll look forward to your company again next week. Bye.